going on, everybody? You are watching the Jets Report by Chat Sports. My name is Patrick Siepman, and coming up on today's show, we actually got another Braelon Allen injury update, and the knee injury is actually a lot worse than it was reported recently, so we'll discuss that. And then also, my Jets fans just need to relax. A lot of people are already saying Aaron Glenn should be fired, get a new GM and Darren Muji. Everybody just take a breath. We'll discuss that on the second half of today's show. But before we dive into it, if you guys could hit that subscribe button today. We are closing in here on 10,000 subs here on the channel. We just need 182 more of you guys to hit that subscribe button today. So if you guys haven't subscribed just yet, change it. Go down there and hit that subscribe button. All right, let's talk about the new Braelon Allen injury update. This one coming in from Rich Samini, saying running back Braelon Allen will be placed on IR today. Surgery is possible, still being evaluated. Too early to say if it's season ending, though this appears to be more than just a 4-week return. Jets will make a corresponding roster move. So obviously this was reported that there was a chance he was going to go on short-term IR, but now he is going on short-term IR, and there's a chance this could be a season-ending injury. And Braelon Allen posted this on his Instagram story saying, appreciate the well wishes, which, when you're posting something like this, I'm assuming Braelon Allen will probably be out for at least 6 to 8 weeks. This is probably going to be a grade 2 MCL sprain, which would knock him out for, around 4 to 8 weeks. So I'm going to assume it'll be more close to the 6 to 8. But, you got to feel bad for Braelon Allen. I thought he looked fantastic in the preseason. He was running really hard. Looks like he was in tremendous shape. He was falling forward. He was just leaning on guys. He looked like he was going to have a breakout season. So you got to feel for him. And plus, that game against the Dolphins, he actually started to get some juice going. He was running the ball well in that first drive. Then he fumbles on the goal line. And then Glenn puts him on kick return. He ends up getting hurt. But this is a big opportunity for Isaiah Davis. I'm a massive Isaiah Davis fan. I think he runs really, really well. He is just a solid running back. He was probably the Jets' most productive running back in 2024. So I'm curious to see how he's going to do. He's going to get a lot more snaps. He's probably going to be used a lot more in the receiving game, which obviously the Jets need. So big opportunity for Isaiah Davis. But still with this Braelon Allen injury, I keep on asking, why the hell was he returning kicks? Aaron Glenn, why was he back there? It just makes no sense to me. Obviously I understand. Xavier Gibson didn't work out. Kene Nwangwu got hurt. But you're telling me Braelon Allen was the fourth option, considering you already had Isaiah Davis, you already had Isaiah Williams back there, but then why was Braelon Allen back there? And his first time being back there the whole season, he ends up getting hurt. That was just a bonehead decision by Aaron Glenn. And it's extremely unlikely that Breece Hall gets traded now. Now, I was in the camp that I think it would be good asset management by the Jets if they could somehow swing a third, fourth-round pick for Breece Hall, because you're probably not going to pay him this offseason. Might as well get some sort of draft capital in return for a guy you spent a second-round pick on. But now with this injury, I think it's extremely unlikely he gets traded. Now, I think the only chance for him to get dealt is for the Jets to be blown away by an offer. Where, honestly, I think it might be a second-round pick to get him moved, and no team's going to offer up a second-round pick for Breece Hall. But I'll be curious, if the Jets do get offered a third-round pick, how much they actually consider trading him, because I think they will be offered a third-round pick, because teams will be calling about Breece Hall. He is a very talented running back, and I'm sure teams are looking at this Jets situation saying, all right, Breece Hall looks good with the Jets. Imagine how good he could look with our team, because they probably view themselves better than the Jets if they're being buyers at the deadline. When you got a team like the Kansas City Chiefs, I promise you, if Breece Hall gets traded anywhere, it's probably going to be Kansas City or maybe even the Los Angeles Chargers. Now with Najee Harris missing the rest of the season, but teams will be calling about Breece Hall. I think it has a less than 0.5% chance that he ends up getting traded, but you never know. The Jets could view Breece Hall as a guy, an expiring asset, so might as well get something for him if they're just going to let him walk, next free agency period anyways. But are you answering the call? You guys let me know. Would you trade Breece Hall? Give me a T for trade. Give me a P for pass. You guys let me know what you would do down below in the comment section. I'm probably hanging on to him unless you can get a third-round pick. Even with the Braelon Allen injury, I just think a third-round pick would be too good to turn down. So you guys let me know your thoughts. Would you trade Breece Hall? All right, now I do want to close today's show out just giving my thoughts on Aaron Glenn and overall why fans just need to be patient. And listen, I was going through it after the Monday night game. Glenn had some bonehead decisions. Penalties were an issue. Missed tackles. The Jets just didn't look like a well-coached team, and they haven't looked like a well-coached team so far this season. They haven't really been getting better week to week, so clearly Glenn has not been off to a good start this season. But you also can't give a full evaluation on how good we think Aaron Glenn is going to be as a head coach in the big picture after just 4 games. That's unfair to him. That's also unfair to everything he's had to overcome so far this season. Justin Fields had to miss a game. Jermaine Johnson got banged up again. injuries to Elijah Vera Tucker before the season. And then also the Jets have had some of the worst fumble luck in NFL history. So it's tough to evaluate Aaron Glenn just off 4 games. Just be patient. We'll see also how the rest of the season turns out, but you got to at least give him 2 years here. And, talking about the fumbling issue, the Jets have the worst fumble luck in NFL history so far to start this season. There have been 14 fumbles in Jets games this season. They have recovered just 2 of them. An NFL low is 14.3%. So the Jets are even worse than that. So clearly they're not getting the benefit of the doubt here. They're getting no turnover luck. So that's also played a big part in the Jets being 0-4. But if you guys also remember, Dan Campbell, where Aaron Glenn's coming from, he struggled his first season, 3-13. And then even in that 2022 season, I'm pretty sure the Lions started off 0-7. Maybe it was 0-6, but I'm pretty sure they were 0-7. Ended up getting really hot late, but everybody's calling for Aaron Glenn's job right now. Imagine Jets go 3-13, or let's just say they go 3-14 this year. Then they start off next season 0-7. People are going to be pounding the table for Glenn to get fired over and over again. Well, that's what happened with Campbell. But the Lions, they wrote it out. They trusted in his process, and it ended up having great results. 12 wins in 23, 15 wins last year, and this year the Lions, after losing both coordinators, they're probably going to rip off another 12, 13 win season again. And I think bare minimum, this is a 2-year run for Glenn and Muji. I don't think there's any chance after the year, even if the Jets go 0-17, I don't think there's a chance they move on because they got to get their own guys in this building. They got to, go through a couple of drafts, let these guys develop. So I think, bare minimum, this is a 2-year run for the head coach and GM, and it should be a bare minimum 2-year run. Like, it is tough to turn around an organization. Just like the Lions, they were a terrible organization before Campbell got there. Just like Glenn with the Jets. Jets were a joke before Glenn got there. So they got to get that stench out still. It's not just going to happen in 1 month of September football. You got to be patient. But also the Jets got an opportunity to obviously, not get back in the playoff race. Like, I think that's going to be very challenging for them to do. But they got at least an opportunity here to rip off a couple of wins and just get the vibes back going in that locker room. Like, obviously, with where the Jets are right now, you can't just chalk up any free victories because when other teams are looking at the Jets, they're probably saying that's a free victory. But you had a chance to beat the Cowboys this weekend. No doubt in my mind about that one. Then you got the Broncos across the pond. You could win that game. Weird things happen over there. Woody Johnson's going to want that one. And then week 7, you got the Panthers at home, traveling to Cincinnati week 8. Then you got a bye week. Then you get the Browns at home. Like, it's not crazy to think that the Jets could be potentially 5-0, but like bare minimum, 3-2 in this stretch. Like, if they go 1-4 or something, then maybe we'll have some concerns about Aaron Glenn. But hey, I think they just got to be patient with him. They could turn this around. Who knows how good the Jets could actually end up being with him. So just be patient. I know it was a tough September, but he also had a lot working against him. Shaky quarterback play too. It's not like Fields. Like, I think Fields has been solid, but guy still can't throw the football. So it's just been tough for Aaron Glenn. Also, I think Steve Wilkes is, I think Glenn made a bad hire with that defense coordinator. But speaking about the next 5 games, you guys predict the record for me for the Jets' next 5 games. And also hit that subscribe button on your way out. We'll keep you guys posted with everything around your New York Jets. See you guys next time. As always, go Jets.